Chapter 41. Now it came to pass in the 7th month that Ishmael the son of Nethaniah the son of Elishama of the seed royal, and the princes of the king, even 10 men with him, came unto Gedaliah the son of Ahikam to Mizpah, and there they did eat bread together in Mizpah. Then arose Ishmael the son of Nethaniah and the 10 men that were with him, and smote Gedaliah the son of Ahikam, the son of Shaphan, with the sword, and slew him, whom the king of Babylon had made governor over the land. Ishmael also slew all the Jews that were with him, even with Gedaliah at Mizpah, and the Chaldeans that were found there, and the men of war. And it came to pass the 2nd day after he had slain Gedaliah, and no man knew it, that there came certain from Shechem, from Shiloh, and from Samaria, even 80 men, having their beards shaven, and their clothes rent, and having cut themselves, with offerings and incense in their hand, to bring them to the house of the Lord. And Ishmael the son of Nethaniah went forth from Mizpah to meet them, weeping all along as he went. And it came to pass, as he met them, he said unto them, Come to Gedaliah the son of Ahikam. And it was so that when they came into the midst of the city, that Ishmael the son of Nethaniah slew them, and cast them into the midst of a pit, he and the men that were with him. But 10 men were found among them that said unto Ishmael, Slay us not, for we have treasures in the field, of wheat, and of barley, and of oil, and of honey. So he forbare, and slew them not among their brethren. Now the pit wherein Ishmael had cast all the dead bodies of the men, whom he had slain because of Gedaliah, was it which Asa the king had made for fear of Baasha king of Israel. And Ishmael the son of Nethaniah filled it with them that were slain. Then Ishmael carried away captive all the residue of the people that were in Mizpah, even the king's daughters, and all the people that remained in Mizpah, whom Nebuzaradan, the captain of the guard, had committed to Gedaliah, the son of Ahikam. And Ishmael the son of Nethaniah carried them away captive, and departed to go over to the Ammonites. But when Johanan, the son of Kareah, and all the captains of the forces that were with him heard of all the evil that Ishmael the son of Nethaniah had done, then they took all the men and went to fight with Ishmael the son of Nethaniah, and found him by the great waters that are in Gibeon. Now it came to pass that when all the people which were with Ishmael saw Johanan the son of Kareah, and all the captains of the forces that were with him, then they were glad. So all the people that Ishmael had carried away captive from Mizpah cast about and returned, and went unto Johanan the son of Kareah. But Ishmael the son of Nethaniah escaped from Johanan with 8 men, and went to the Ammonites. Then took Johanan the son of Kareah, and all the captains of the forces that were with him, and all the remnant of the people whom he had recovered from Ishmael the son of Nethaniah from Mizpah, after that he had slain Gedaliah the son of Ahikam, even mighty men of war, and the women and the children and the eunuchs whom he had brought again from Gibeon. And they departed and dwelt in the habitation of Chimham, which is by Bethlehem, to go to enter into Egypt, because of the Chaldeans, for they were afraid of them, because Ishmael the son of Nethaniah had slain Gedaliah the son of Ahikam, whom the king of Babylon made governor of the land. Not really a lot of doctrine in this chapter, mostly just history and the events that happened. Johanan had told Gedaliah that Ishmael was conspiring to kill him. Gedaliah figured he was lying, for whatever reason, couldn't be. And so Mizpah, which is where Gedaliah, who's the governor now of Judah, is about 20 miles north of Jerusalem. It's lower down, it's on the border of the plain. It's probably a warmer climate than Jerusalem itself, and maybe he loved it there, no idea. And so Ishmael wants to come for dinner, and they break bread, and they have a meal, and after the meal Ishmael kills Gedaliah. He also kills all the Jews that are there, probably as attendants, servants, and also kills the Chaldeans, who are probably administrators, probably not soldiers. I don't think Nebuchadnezzar would have left behind a whole lot of soldiers, because he would have figured he'd already done a pretty good job of wiping out the military end. But we don't know. It doesn't say specifically. It's just an estimate. But he probably would have sent administrators to help Gedaliah get a hand on things and make sure that he knew how to gather whatever things Nebuchadnezzar was going to want in terms of taxes and tribute and whatever else was there, how he wanted it done. The next day, 80 guys show up And I'm questioning whether or not these people are Jews. Now, first off, they show up with a beard shape, which the Jews would have figured, don't really want to do that. When you cut your hair off, that was a term of ultimate shame. The clothes rent, that Jews did in times of grief, and of course this was time for grief because Jerusalem had been captured. But these people came from Shechem, and they came from Shiloh, and they came from Samaria, which were not places that the Jews really lived. And it says they cut themselves, and that was not something that the Jews did. They did not cut themselves. That's a sign of sort of a pagan worshiper. But these people showed up were on their way to Jerusalem, to the house of the Lord, with incense to burn. And so they may have been from some other religious background, not Jews, going to take this to give to the priests or whoever was in Jerusalem to burn on the altars as sort of a commiserating, sorry to hear all this bad news happen to Jerusalem thing. And Ishmael gets them to come with him to see Gedaliah, the new governor. They go with him. 70 of the 80 get killed. 10 of them are left alive because they say they have treasures in the field. They have wheat, they have barley, they have oil, they have honey. Those were the things that basically would have made it possible for Ishmael to survive, because they needed food, because most of the food would have been taken by Nebuchadnezzar to feed his own troops and to go back. There was already we knew there was a famine at the time, after about 18 months of the city of Jerusalem being taken, being under siege and being taken. And when the eunuch said to the king, there is no more bread in the city, when they were talking about Jeremiah starving to death because there was no bread to give him, we know that the city was out of food, and so there probably wasn't anything else sitting around, because they would have fed off of the land. You take an army, they eat an awful lot of food. And so they left the 10 people alive. Then they took all the other people that were left there, the king's daughters and other people, and they started to go back to where the Ammonites were, where he had been from. Then Johanan, the guy who had warned Gedaliah that Ishmael was going to kill him, he hears about this. He takes off with his troops. They chase him down. They capture all the people that they had Ishmael was taking with him, and Ishmael managed to escape with 8 men. They go back to the Ammonites. They were not able to capture him and do anything to him. Then they go back to Shaphan, which is on the road towards Egypt. And they want to go to Egypt because they're afraid that because Gedaliah has been killed, that Nebuchadnezzar is going to be mad at whoever is left, and he's going to send military expedition to punish whoever is left and clean up and just destroy everything because he's mad. And so they want to go and live in Egypt.